Hey, what's up, everybody?
Going on? Excited to be here with everybody today. And let's make sure that we are, in fact, live.
Going live and getting some people on.
I think we'll have some people hopping on. Usually it takes just a second or two before. And if people don't start hopping on, then we know that there's a problem. Aha, there we go.
There's our
building an audience.
few.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to be here. We're Whit and Cari Hyam. And we want to welcome you to today's episode of your Daily Dose of Awesome. Your
Daily
live
Dose.
Daily
The Daily Dose of Awesome.
Dose of Awesome, your live 15 minutes of inspiration, motivation, etc. So as you're hopping on, please say hello so we can give you a shout out and let us know where you're
Teresa,
tuning in from.
Tracy, Julie, what's up? Michelle,
Yes.
awesome.
Hey, Melinda,
Whit
Michelle,
and Cari, awesome.
We've got Averly,
Cool.
Marilyn. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Miss Julie Burke is on with us. Hi, Julie.
Annalie, what's up?
Manto, hey, nice to see you guys. Mandy, Linda. Awesome. Well, it looks like we're building an audience. For those of you who don't know who we are Whit and Cari Hyam, and we are Invictus members inside of Elite Marketing Pro. And we're excited about today's topic. And it kind of stems from a story of something that happened to us yesterday.
Yep.
And so before we hop into that, let's just give a couple more shout outs. We've got Larry, Julia, Marge, Larry, Marilyn. Awesome.
South Africa's in the house.
Yep, when
awesome.
you are hopping
Terry,
on, please comment who you are, where you're from, so we can say hi.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So yesterday, we got a message from an individual, and she was frustrated. She was really frustrated because she had been following some people, and these people were promoting certain products, and then all of a sudden they started promoting a different course.
Yep.
And she's all like, I bought this course, I bought that course, and I'm frustrated because I feel like all I'm doing is buying.
And I'm not getting any steps to take,
actionable
steps to move forward in their business is what she said.
Yeah.
And she's like, man, it's just getting way too expensive. Buy this course. Why can't somebody just come out with something? Basically what she was asking for, just something just completely free that's going to teach me how to do everything. And we totally understood that. We could understand her frustration, but what me and Cari were really hearing out of that whole question is that here was an individual that was buying a whole bunch of other products, but it was within a short time period. So what that told us right away is that she was buying a bunch of products to help her grow her business. She was in network marketing and to help her grow her business, but she would buy a product, do it for a little while, and then move on. Do it for a little while and then move on.
All of a sudden, another shiny object would pop up, and she's like, oh, I want to try this. Yep. And I think it happens a lot for a lot of people. And it was hard for Whit and I in the beginning because you're trying to decide what strategy am I going to use to make my millions, right? Yep. Like what can I do right now to help me get there? And what we end up doing is we see a shiny object, and I'm going to call them shiny objects because that's exactly what they are. We see a shiny object and we go, oh, I want to try, Facebook advertising. Oh, and then all of a sudden a new course comes out on Twitter, and you're like, oh, I'm going to try Twitter. And then, it's what happened, when Whit and I first started this was we didn't have a lot of money when we first started with Elite Marketing Pro. We were failing in our network marketing business. We were living in Whit's mom's basement. And so we knew that when we decided we were going to do a strategy, we were going to stick and master that strategy. Yep. Okay? And so that's what we wanted to talk to you guys about today is, okay, how do I know which strategies are going to actually complement each other? Yep. And then which strategies, might just be that shiny object syndrome that's going to actually end up hindering me because you're starting over learning something completely different.
Yep, exactly. And so, let's talk about platforms for a second. Elite Marketing teaches a lot of people how to use the Facebook platform. And don't get me wrong, me and Cari, now that we've kind of mastered the Facebook platform, we're looking at different platforms that we want to kind of try to build an audience on, okay? And there's some awesome people in this community that are building on different platforms, which is super, super cool. And we're super excited for them to be able to do so. But at the same time, we tend to be like, okay, this isn't working for us, so maybe I need to try this platform or this platform or this platform.
And the same with different strategies, video chats aren't working for me, so I'm going to go try webinars. Webinars aren't not working for me, so I'm going to go try this.
Okay, guys, like it's a matter of fine-tuning what you're already learning and getting better at. Now, there is sometimes in some instances where you're just like, okay, I've been doing this for a very long time, and I need to just kind of, maybe this just isn't for me. And we totally understand that, okay? But we don't want you to get caught in this habit of trying something for, you know, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then all of a sudden saying, okay, well, this isn't working for me because I'm not getting the results. I want you to definitely look into, okay, am I doing everything that is possible to make this work? Or am I working on, you know, getting, of course, like every time we
go live on Daily Dose of Awesome, we have the 2-year-old screaming. He is
quiet the whole time, and then all of a sudden he comes out with a freaking whisk, and now he's going crazy. But anyways, we definitely want you guys to focus on.
Hey, Kristen. Hey, Frida.
You know, because a little while ago, me and Cari were like, okay, we got to jump into YouTube. All right, we're like, oh man, we're missing this huge boat on YouTube, and we even talked to Brent about this, and we're just like, dude, what do you think about jumping onto YouTube?
Yep. You're watching this,
and he goes, guys, he's all, YouTube is its own beast. He's all, this is what I recommend. Focus on one platform, master that platform, and then move on to the next one. Okay, now sometimes you never feel like you're ever going to master that platform, and if you feel like that's not where you need to be, then that's okay, jump to a different platform. But still, I don't want you guys to get in the mindset of, okay, well, this one isn't working, so I need to do something else, or this one isn't working, I need to jump here. Because literally, a lot of the time, it's not necessarily that it's not working, you just haven't given yourself enough time to learn it. Okay, and that's probably 99% of the reason why people fail is because they never give themselves time to learn a strategy. Yes. And so, for example, me and Cari use a simple process on our Facebook advertising called Mini Chat. It's basically just an autoresponder for people that comment on our posts. Now, ever since we started talking about this, we get a whole bunch of people asking us, well, do I need to buy that? Do I need to get this? I need to start doing this. I need to start doing this. Okay, you need to evaluate where you're at. Chances are you might not be ready for that, and you might not need to be focusing on that. So, for example, if you're running Facebook ads, or you're just starting to boost posts on your page, or posting on your fan page, and you're thinking to yourself, oh man, well, Whit and Cari are doing it, so that means that I need to be doing this as well. Now, remember, our paths are two different paths right now. Okay, we've been in this, 18 months. You might only be in this 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You might not be necessarily needing that right yet. So again, that can be a shiny object for you. That can be a definite distraction. Okay.
Not saying that it doesn't work, because obviously it works for getting results, but you also need to take a look at where you're at. What's trying to say is take a look at where you're at in your business. If you're not getting a ton of people responding to your page, to your posts, you don't have a lot of people commenting on your ads, chances are you don't really need to set up a mini chat.
Yep.
And so Julia asked, at what point do you know if it's not going to work and to move on? So that comes down to you evaluating the amount of work you're doing in this certain strategy right now. If you've only been doing it for a month or two and you're thinking, oh, this doesn't work, I'm not going to get results, chances are you haven't given it enough time. Because most strategies that you move on to, they're going to require skills in order to master that strategy, and it takes longer than a month or two to know to master that skills. Now, however, if you've been doing it for 3, 4, 5 months and you're still not getting results, okay, maybe that's the time where it's like, okay, maybe
I need to change something up.
Maybe
or add something.
Maybe I just need to add something to the current strategy that I have to make it better.
Yep.
And so this brings us to Jan's question. She just asked, do you recommend using a combination of video chat, video marketing, and webinars along with email and blog, or is that way too much? So Jan, you pretty much have our strategy in a nutshell, but we have added to this strategy over the last 18 months.
Yep.
We didn't from day one say, okay, we're going to do webinars and video chats, and we're going to do a blog, and we're going to have an email list. No, we didn't do all of that.
You got to evaluate where you're at, because this is the thing, guys. Like, a lot of people, like in the community, they watch other people and they say, oh, they're so successful, and they started at the exact same time as me, and they're getting this X results and this and stuff, but you don't know their story. Me and Cari, we were able to do what we were able to do because there was 2 of us building at the same time. Okay, when she was working and she had to take a break, I was there moving it forward, and so we had 2 things going at once, 2 people building a business at once. But one thing that we'd never let ourselves do, like, for example, we went to an event right after we joined EMP. There was a whole bunch of stuff that was being promoted, that you could buy this, this is going to help your business. And I remember sitting down, we look at it, we're like, we got to buy all this stuff because this is what's going to help our business. And then I realized real quick, and I was like, I'm glad that I didn't, because I needed to focus on what I just purchased. And that was the mentorship from EMP. That's what I decided that I needed to focus all of our time on. So what did we do? We focused on the trainings there. Cool thing is we had a coach to help us along through that. So if you do have that, utilize that, definitely. But yeah, trying to run before learning how to crawl. And
Yes.
I'll be honest with you guys, this is probably 99% of the reason why people get frustrated is because they think, well, it's not working, so I need to buy another shiny object, or I need to start doing video chats or something like that. So for example, if you guys are doing video chats, okay, well, maybe you haven't even mastered how to drive the traffic yet. Maybe you haven't even, because believe me, me and Cari did not just start out doing video chats.
No,
we didn't at all. We
that
actually,
came 3 or 4 months after we had already learned the advertising process and how to generate leads and sales. The video chats came after that. However, adding the video chats was something that made the strategy better, because all of a sudden, not only were we getting sales closed on the back end through the funnel, through the simple affiliate funnel, but then we were also closing our own sales through the video chats. After that, we were looking at webinars, and we're like, okay,
now it's the time to jump into this.
Now it's the time to jump into this, because we had already mastered certain steps. So let's say that you are looking at a course right now, and you're like, okay, should I buy this course? You need to ask yourself, where am I at in my own strategy? Is this something that I'm going to be wanting to do here in the next 3 to 6 months? If it is in the next 3 to 6 months, then I say go for it if it's going to add to your strategy.
And is it congruent to what you're currently doing? Is it going to be another tool that's going to get you success to where you want to be right now? Okay, but is still not going to stop you from doing what you're already currently doing. Okay, because there are a lot of tools out there, guys, that you can use that are going to be congruent, okay, to what you're using. For example, like on a fan page, maybe you guys are being overwhelmed by having to do your own posts every single day. They have tools for that you can automatically just go to a place, get your stuff, schedule it, and be done with it, okay? Now, I'm not saying that's for everybody, but like I'm saying is that there are some tools that are going to be distracting, and there's other tools that are going to be very, very enabling when it comes to your progress. So for example, webinars. Okay, maybe you're not at the webinar point. Maybe you're just like, wow, everybody's talking about webinars and this and that. If you're feeling like, why is everybody talking about webinars? Chances are that's not where you're at, and you don't need that. Okay, but if you're like, okay, I've ran traffic, I know how to set up ads, I know how to run my Facebook page, I know how to do this, I've gotten all of this other stuff taken over, and I'm running ads, I'm getting some results here and there. Maybe it's going to be a good time for you now to start to jump into webinars. Why? Because you know how to drive traffic, you know how to get people from A to B, and now it's time to actually do it on a bigger scale of running a webinar.
That's the same for any course. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a webinar course, if it's a YouTube course, if it's a LinkedIn course, it doesn't matter. You need to look at where you're at in your strategy and say, is this going to add to what I'm currently doing? Or is this something that I want to do here in the next 3 to 6 months after I master what I'm currently doing? If it is, go for it. Absolutely. Because, Whit and I, we've bought multiple courses knowing that they would benefit us later down the road. So just look at where you're at and ask yourself, is this going to be distracting, or is it going to add on to the strategy and make it better?
Mandy, that's awesome. She just says, I'm just trying to get psyched for Facebook Lives. And that's awesome. And so that's the cool thing about that is learn one thing at a time. Jan, you even just said it just barely. That is what you did from day one. Learn one thing at a time. That's awesome. So again, guys, the reason that we're going over this topic is because we understand what it's like to be brand new, coming into something completely different, trying to build your business using a social media or an online platform. And I remember that overwhelming feeling when we first started this is, do I need this? Do I need that? Do I need this? Do I need that? And we wanted to buy everything that we saw because we didn't know any better. And I'm glad that we never did. I'm glad that we just said, okay, this is what we're going to focus on, and then we'll move to this next thing. And then we'll, and we're going to, and you're going to receive guidance. Guys, that's what this awesome community is about. So you can bounce ideas off of people. You can bounce ideas off of where you are, what you need to do to help yourself move forward, and all that stuff. And we wanted to go over this because we wanted to eliminate the noise that might make you feel a little bit overwhelmed, or might even just, that might even hinder your progress because you're like, crap, I was doing this and then I hurry and jump to this. And literally the whole reason of doing this is because we had this conversation with a lady the other day where she has spent a ton of money on other products, but she never ever focused on any of them. And so she felt like none of this stuff works because I've spent all this money and I haven't gotten any results. And I'm just like, because you never focused on one thing first to perfect a skill set. Okay?
And Whit and I, within the same lines, because we did come into this and because we did keep our heads on, and we weren't going to buy, we knew we weren't going to buy every single course that came out. The courses that we did buy, they completely transformed our business because we were able to really focus on that one course because we knew it was going to add to the strategy that we had already been building on. I love, it's a visual, and I don't remember exactly where I heard this from. So whoever you are, thanks for this. He says that the point, there's point A and there's point B. Okay, and to get from point A to point B, you have to build a bridge. The problem that a lot of people have is, their bridge to point B. Let's say that, okay, I'm going to start advertising on Facebook. And then all of a sudden they get their bridge halfway over and they stop building their bridge and they go back to square one because all of a sudden a shiny object came out on, YouTube.
So now they're building another bridge.
Yep, and so all of a sudden they start building another bridge, and then all of a sudden something else comes and they jump back. You need to make sure that you build. Is
that object going to help you build your bridge
yes.
that you're already currently building? And so, just like our video chat strategy that me and Cari use, it's actually been absolutely.
JT DeBolt. I thought it was JT DeBolt that said that, yes. But I was all like, wait, maybe it was someone else. So JT, thank you for that.
So awesome. But again, guys, we want you to focus on where you guys are in building your bridge and say, can this help me build my bridge? Okay, so if it's a webinar, awesome, buy it because that's something you might be using 6 months down the road if that's what you want to be doing 6 months down the road, or even now if you feel like I'm ready for this now, in either my network marketing opportunity or my business opportunity, whatever that may be. And because something like that's probably going to mess with what you're already currently doing. But for video chats, and me and Cari, I've seen a lot of people trying to do video chats that just are not ready for video chats. Okay, yeah. They're just not ready for them, and because they don't know how to actually set up an ad or run traffic.
Or they're ready for them, but they're not willing to work on their skills of talking to people, right? The skills of building rapport, building a relationship. If you're going to be closing sales by yourself, doesn't it make sense that you're going to have to work on your own sales skills a little bit first? You want to make sure that to sum everything up in a nutshell, if you're going to be looking at a new course, a new product, a new shiny object, make sure that it's congruent with what you're doing and it's going to actually help you build that bridge from point A to point B, and it's not going to distract from what you're currently doing. Okay, so if you guys have gotten value from this video, please give us some likes, give us some loves. I want to know what kind of coffee you guys drink. Actually, Jen, I only like iced coffee, like McDonald's iced coffee. That's like the only coffee I drink. So I'm not a warm coffee drinker. But describing me what I've already been doing. Yes, Carolyn, it's a lot of people, right? There's shiny objects everywhere. Everywhere. It's a noisy world. So you need to learn how to put the earmuffs on, stay focused on what you're doing, and when something does catch your eye, evaluate, is this going to help me get to where I want to be, or is it going to distract from the strategy that I'm trying to currently master? And
so again, we're not trying to discourage anybody from saying, oh, well, I really feel like this is what I need to get to help me move forward. Then do it, but then focus on it and make sure that it's going to help you build your bridge even faster. So again, we're not discouraging anything because there are people using things in this community that are just absolutely phenomenal, okay, that they can teach you that's going to help you build your bridge faster. So definitely, focus on what's going to help you move forward, and just evaluate your situation and say, is this where I'm at? And then just move forward with what you need. But when you move forward, definitely focus on it. Don't just be like, okay, I tried it for 2 days. Maybe I made the wrong choice. No, stick with it and put your time into it to develop that skill set.
Yeah,
so
good.
Awesome.
I'm glad everybody has gotten so much value. We've gotten a lot of people,
good.
Saying great info, thanks. You're welcome, Terry, Eric, everybody who's commented. Hopefully this, either gives you the reassures you, I guess you could say, reassures you
if
that
you're looking at doing
something that it is either good for you to buy or not, maybe not something that you want to buy right now, and that what you're currently doing, if you continue to stick with it long enough, chances are you will start to see some results.
Yep. Okay, awesome, guys. Well, we're a little over time here, but that's okay. We wanted to deliver some awesome stuff.
Iced coffee, that's the only thing I drink too. Yes, love it. Please thank your children for letting us borrow you. Well, they're sweethearts. They're sweethearts.
Okay, everybody have a great rest of the day. Hope you guys got some value with this. Share this content, and if you want any and if you're not a part of the community or want to know more about Elite Marketing Pro, definitely go to elitemarketingpro.com so you guys can get a lot more information about that.
Yep, they have a free 10-day boot camp that you're welcome to sign up for, and get a little bit more information on how to build your business online using some of these strategies that we've been talking about.
Okay, awesome. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk soon.